Amen.
Man representing Bronzel's favorite character, E Honda, versus another pop stomping terror, M Bison, being piloted by Jazdero.
Oh yeah, Jazz. I do believe I've seen him play Bison before, and ooh, that is very unsafe. That probably wasn't what we wanted to do there.
This is one of the dangers of E Honda. His crouch standing heavy deals so much damage with his combos, and you don't even need a full drive rush cancel.
Yep, and speaking of which, counter hit butt slam, granting the full combo there. It is dangerous to try to anti-air it sometimes if you're not exactly right, which is why a lot of people just opt to try to parry, and that was an excellent drive rush to punish the buff.
All right, Jazdero, just 2 touches and already puts Jewel Man at half-life.
Woo! Okay, and we get the perfect timing with the overhead and the instant drive impact. Jewel Man, we see you with the original bop, and I got it.
Jazdero showing us why M Bison is somebody we can't be sneezing at.
No, the characters, everything is super good right now. Oh, just barely misses the whiff punish on the whiff throw.
And Jewel Man going with a classic E Honda approach, stagger pressure with the mediums, double headbutts, puts Jazdero in the corner, and we place a pop it right now.
Yeah, that time he didn't even have the chance to react. Had a good read on him wanting a lot of Bison's far-reaching high priority normals are not special cancelable, so you can do things like that.
Jazdero's got Jewel Man in the corner. Jewel Man neutral jumping to bait out the scissor kick, but Jazdero instead hits him with a drive rush combo. We got the bomb on you. 2 more bombs.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh, indeed. Honda being dribbled.
Yeah, hit him with the HNK type combo, and here we go, round 2.
Oh,
now, really good uses. Woo!
I like this start. Jewel Man was anticipating Jazdero to just block, so we're just going to come in aggressive with the command throw.
And not only that, he got the punish there on the perfect parry attempt on the end of the string, so that did a ton. And speaking of which, we get another one, and that's going to get some more Oki. Oh, okay, no.
The backwards jump was the right idea. Good use of the neutral stop sign to get the first round. Jewel Man up by 1.
Yeah, stop sign, such a good button. Especially good, you know, if you're struggling against Bison at maybe not the 1800, 1900 level, but, you know, us average Joes down here in 15, 1600, neutral jump against Bison super strong. Beats a lot of, you know, EX Crusher, scissor kick, thing like that. So what we're seeing here, and a great job against Stan Fierce.
You can see Jewel Man doing a lot more jump back than neutral jumps because they're fighting against M Bison, but the jump forwards get stopped either way. Unsafe head stomp, and we're about half each.
Yep, perfect parry. Oh, and actually gets the punish counter. Is going to go ahead and spend it because no matter what here, I think even with the perfect parry scaling, this should kill because of minimum damage scaling on level 3s. But if not, oh, it didn't even burn him out. That's actually super unfortunate, but pretty, you know, okay situation. Yeah, okay, nice.
That was a really good situation. I do agree with the use of the level 3, the critical art put Jazdero right to the brink of death's door.
Yep, okay, yeah, we're still plus on that. We might not have a special cancelable crouch medium kick unless we have buff, but it is still plus on drive rush.
All right, Jewel Man has the bomb on him. Will it blow up in the time of the throw? No, they still have to hold that block.
Yep. Oh, nice interrupt. Bison's crouch medium punch is 6 frames. Good stuff. And this is actually going to do so much damage here. Bomb explosion. Stomp on. Put the next bomb on level 2. Give me your lunch.
Much money obtained. Jewel Man has a round of their own, and they're on set point. Am I right?
I did.
First 3. Thank you.
Okay. Drive reversal. Buff in season 2 actually makes characters like Bison who do not have a traditional reversal have a option, even if it's not great. Wow, they just went for the bomb placement again. Oh, I guess because it would have been plus hit.
Jewel Man understood that Jazdero was going to hit a button and drive reversal was the correct call. And this match is slowed down significantly. Jazz putting Jewel close to the corner, and we bring it right back to the middle. 2 stop signs, no scissor kick, no cycle crusher, fade out.
Oh, nice whiff punish. Unfortunately, the punish counter there actually knocks down. But we get a little Oki afterwards. You debuff the stand medium punch coming in. A forward advancing move plus. It does almost everything Honda wants in this type of matchup.
The standing medium punch for E Honda is like mayonnaise. It goes with everything with this guy. And looking at his size, it's probably high in calories too.
Yeah. You got to burn something off here. Counter hit. Scissor kick does allow him to convert into the next one, and the mix-up still goes. That's such a powerful thing about scissor kick in this.
Yeah, scissor kick doesn't have to be full damage. It's like how Zangiefs will reset into throws.
Yep. And here we go again. We just saw this last time. I think we are going to spend it all the way. Oh, we're not going to even mess around. We're going to pop that level 3. Makes us watch the cinematic. The lighting team did such a good job with this game.
Not to mention the camera work too.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that we're getting low angles to really show the impact of the slam and make M. Bison look intimidating, superb cinematography.
And I just absolutely adore like the critical art version where he lands on your arm. Oh, Bobek failed, but man, there we go. Still, stand medium punch a house.
Right into the 100 hands, and they trade, but still, Jewelman has control of the corner and gets the KO.
Yeah, spinning the meter there just to keep everything going. And it's match point, I do believe.
Now, Jewelman only has one game.
Oh, that's right. First at 3. Sorry.
It looks like whenever Jazdero is having these scissors kick mix-ups, they're coming out a lot in the damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that once it hits, you kind of have to guess. But, you know, it's one of those things where the chips are stacked in a certain way where some options are a lot worse than others. So you just kind of deal with what you got. Oh, my God. Nice conversion. Let me fix my face, chat. Oh, my lunch. Oh,
my rib cage.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
You never want to be in the position where you lost a game because of a drop combo, but that's what tournaments do to you. Brings out the best, but also are very worse in the execution department.
And that was such a sick conversion too. Just unfortunate drop there.
However, Jazdero still has one more game to bring this back, and already we have 75% damage done to Jewelman, but Jewelman gonna make up that runway with the punish counter stand heavy and a drop from Jewelman.
Yeah, that almost looked like he was going for a setup I've seen him do before, but I don't think that was quite what he wanted.
Great punish counter throw. Those two are significant amount of.
Oh, the Bison sweep goes for so far. It's so tricky. EX Psycho Crusher safe.
I consider it more of a princess sweep.
They had the Joe-sama.
I like that. The Karen sweep. That's when I first started noticing.
Yep.
Jazdero putting Honda in the corner. The splash was a good call. Gets the side switch, and Jewelman pressuring with the regular throw now.
Yeah, just needed to get the bomb off again. That is super. You know, I mean, it's working out. It is super unsafe. And speaking of super unsafe, bomb placement here is going to be a grip of damage. It actually might even be all the damage.
All right, Jewelman with the level 3. It's going to cement their place in this round. They're going to get the kill and the set KO. Jewelman moving forward.
Woo! A lot of damage. You know, Jazz doing a lot of good stuff. Unfortunate, you know, both players having a little drop there. But yeah, just man, Honda, when he gets to punish with stand fear, stuff like that, the damage he can just push out is pretty massive. But you know, looking forward to seeing both of them play more, because that was only our first game of the night.
It was absolutely fantastic. A real strong showing from both fighters, and also a great demonstration of why we should be getting consistent with our executions. Multiple times where either Jewelman could have closed it earlier, or where Jazdero could have won the game if the combos were fully completed.
Yeah, that's such a bummer. Again, that conversion from Jazz was so nasty. Such a heads up play, and unfortunately could not put the bow on the Christmas present. So unfortunately, Jewelman just took it back to the store.
Yeah, Jewelman, you know, their game is shining like a diamond right now, but it's only the first one. Jewelman's got a whole lot of bracket to run through, and Jazdero has a whole lot of bracket that they can make it up for.
Yeah, no problem there. The tournament's still wide open, and it is just absolutely anybody game still. But I mean, just like I said earlier, we're seeing a lot of familiar faces. Jewelman's taken quite a number of these sweet event Street Fighter tournaments, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's more business as usual for Jewelman. But we're gonna see who's trying to stop him next here.
Also, since we're going to be talking about business as usual, it would be remiss of us not to shout out the Matcherino link tonight. There is some money on the line, and we can make the pot much greater. And the only thing it costs you is a few mouse clicks and a little bit of your time.
Yep, if you're enjoying the content tonight, you enjoy the tournament, you want these fighters to eat good, you can even consider donating to the Matcherino if you so desire. I know there's a couple people who've done that, especially this, the homie always. Want to say shout outs to my boy Ballistic, who has donated to the Matcherino pot quite a few times, even if you're not here tonight. But just want to give you your flowers, because it's always appreciated that you give these fighters just a little bit more to go for that extra little lunch money.
I always say that the money that is won in these tournaments is not life-changing, but it's at least afternoon-changing.
It's Taco Bell order changing.
Or a Big Mac and fries changing.
Ooh.
Though a Big Mac and fries is becoming much more expensive in this economy.
Yeah, damn. It's sad to think about. The more things change, the more they stay the same, yeah.
But Taco Bell was always meant to be the cheaper alternative.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, we got to get that large Baja Blast. You got it.
Matanza. All right, do you mess with Matanza Soul?
I don't think I know what that is.
What? Nani? Matanza Soul is a apple-flavored soda drink.
I'm Googling this. I've never heard of this. Oh yeah, I've never seen this before.
Dude, all right, your world is a little bit larger now that you know.
Yeah, I gotta check this out. This looks good.
Matanza Baja Blast is kind of Taco Bell's essential drink, but Matanza Soul's up there, and I believe never mind. I was about to say Cactus Cooler, but that's not a Taco Bell thing.
Huh. Yeah, I've never seen this.
Dude, So right now we got Ninstar123 versus Orin. No, not Orin, versus Youngie. This is going to be a mirror match. Our favorite kind of matches in the commentary booth. And I say that with sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it can be a little tough to keep track of who's sometime. But with these two, hopefully we're going to get to see some good play. You know, it looks like it might be the Cammy mirror for everybody who's wondering. And those matches can go quick. Cammy, you know, she's not built like it, but she plays like a steamroller. When she gets going, there's no stopping her.
I call it the vortex. Cammy's vortex is insane. Before the patches, she was the only character that could throw loop you mid-screen.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, they did nerf her a little bit, but she got some new tools in exchange, and I think she's just about as good. I mean, we just saw Punk win Evo with her.
Yeah.
So not too terribly crazy.
Not only Evo, but Punk won a recent TNS with Cammy. The character has a lot of tools. So many of her normals are plus. Hard to keep her out of the zone, and everything can confirm into anything.
Yep, and most probably damningly against her is that EX dive kick. Whiff punish, offense starter, whatever you want it to be. It's just, you do not want to, but it's so tough to, you know, deal with. And here we go. Oh, just holding parry. Okay.
Holding the parry. Young Knee is going to I anticipate them going to be playing a little bit slower as they adjust the Ninstar's Yomi layer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing both of them kind of walk back and forth here, trying to figure it out. Okay, punish on the sweep. And nice reaction. The bop it check pass.
Oh, I love this thing. I'm so stealing your tech.
Oh, yeah, and the meaty drive rush button there connects.
And this is that steamroller effect. Moment Cammy lands a fierce, a jump in or a dive kick, your life is gone.
Yep. And I'd like to see Ninstar maybe slow down on the sweeps here. Well, it's good to catch people, you know, trying to walk back and stuff. It is horribly unsafe, but hey, we've seen about okay, this is about sweep number 4 or 5 land this round, so what do I know?
Cammy looking like she's on a Promel horse that time with Ninstar piloting it.
Yeah. Hitting the dance floor moves, dog. She's starting to show off. Okay. Again,
Ninstar definitely of the school of, if I'm not hitting buttons, I'm not playing Street Fighter.
I didn't pay $60 to block. Is a anime player classic. Oh, the whiff DP, that's tough.
I don't even know if Ninstar walked forward normally. It seemed all their advances were cannon spiral and cannon spike.
You know, playing Cammy much like almost like a grappler in a sense, you know, where like the anime grapplers where you can't really air dash forward or anything, so you got to use your special moves to maneuver forward. So
very Potemkin-ish. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hammerfall.
Yeah, exactly.
Youngie lands a stand heavy, but no cash out. Nice jump in, but again, no cash out. Youngie leaving that damage on the table, allowing Ninstar to live another day.
Yep, okay, buttons down here getting checked. Oh my gosh, the spiral arrow into the drive impact yet again. Trying to see if they could react this time, but unfortunately gets blocked. And here we go. We're checking again with crouch medium sweeps.
Ninstar coming in with the long range spiral arrow. That is a way to get your opponent off guard, but if they are on guard and put their guard up, you're going to be off guard and lose the round.
Yeah, unfortunately, kind of the trend we've been seeing here with Ninstar. You know, some good ideas getting started, but unfortunately throwing out a lot of unsafe maneuvers and getting checked back on that drive impact. Good stuff from Young.
Yeah, Young is allowing themselves to play slower and calmer so they could just be ready for anything Ninstar it has. But just like Asuka, nobody is ready for that.
And here we go. Level 3 may close this out. I'm not entirely sure. Usually once it gets to that yellow health bar, level 3s tend to close out rounds. Oh.
One more hit. And Youngie with a long-range cannon spiral of their own takes the second game.
Yep, looking good for Youngie here. Kind of got a rhythm here. Is kind of, you know, is doing the thing that you can kind of do once you start looking for some of your opponent's patterns where, you know, if they're doing unsafe stuff, you just got to let them tie their own rope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. We talked about earlier when the set started that Youngie was going to play a lot slower to just find the adjustment to Ninstar's Yomi layer. They found it.
Yep. Oh, and throw again. Oh, unfortunately did not back throw, so didn't get the position switch.
That time the drive impact makes connection, and Ninstar decides to just, you know what? Let's sweep. TSC for them stands for the sweep event.
Yeah, I'm saying. And now Youngie's burnt out. So taking chip damage here. Those spiral arrows that we advanced with might be a little safer. Oh, and the drive rush counter hit. I do believe that's crouch medium. Nice.
Crouch medium. Yeah, Youngie wanted to check it, but they got checked themselves, and Ninstar got surround. They could take a game off of this.
Yep. Oh, EX flip into the overhead there. Nice reaction.
We are definitely putting our stock into Bop It tonight.
Yep. Throw. Okay. And we're going to hit the level 2.
Very rare to see this, but Youngie wants to spend as much gauge and get this done. 15 seconds already in. Ninstar plays it with the Hail Mary, and Youngie says, no, I'm an atheist.
Yeah. What's a god to a non-believer? And the cat with the disrespect is walking on my unconscious body. That's crazy.
Ninstar's paid a lot of meter to go nowhere. There's 2 rounds tied up, and Youngie, you know what? I'm not going to say Bop It. I'm going to say passes the QTE.
Yeah. I like that one too. sometimes, you know, grew up playing Resident Evil 4, you know, I'm ready.
Oh my God, look at this.
Dang, the high-low mix into the wall. Okay.
Ninstar, you crazy person.
Oh, and checks it again with a crouch medium.
That would have killed if we drive rush cancel. Ninstar, please finish this with a sweep. Oh my God,
it is. You ask, you shall receive. Ninstar on the board.
Oren, just give him the rest of this set. I'm sorry, just advance them. I'm done. I don't care what the scoreboard says. Ninstar deserves the win for that.
All right, here we go. Youngie, let's see if they can recenter themselves after the tragic end of the sweep here. Or will Ninstar take this momentum?
When you feel like you've had your opponent's patterns read and they still beat you, it definitely shatters your mental confidence.
Yep, you just got to shake it off, especially if they're doing stuff that you're like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, you know, this, that, or the other. Like, you can't let what you think dictate how you play against them. You know, if you think they're doing something bad or something crazy, like, you can't let the way that you think that they should be played affect your game plan, because they are going to do what they're going to do.
And Ninstar has been mixing on a lot more jump-ins, but they still can't get the temptation of long-range spiral arrows out of their mind.
Well, and we saw there the favorite. There it is again. Old Reliable into the wall splat. Let's go. Okay, this time our own neutral jump fierce into the level 3. And is that it? Is that it for
I am going to say yes.
Nice. Okay. Good showing, you know. Love to see people, definitely two people I don't think I've seen before at TSC. Love to see new faces. I can't wait to see both of these players grow. Unfortunately, that's going to end in Ninstar's tournament run tonight. But it's awesome. Again, it's great to see new players, no matter the skill level, come in, try out a tournament, and we cannot wait to see what the future holds for someone like Ninstar.
And Youngie. Both of these players have a lot of opportunities to grow, but it also speaks to the sense of community that TSC develops, where players of this rank and notoriety would not be featured on your normal stream, but we'll put them here because we want to give their star. I mean, if I was Ninstar, I would clip that round where I won with a sweep right after the commentator for it. Like, that's mine. That's what we say.
Hey, let's go. Ninstar actually in the chat too. Shout outs to Ninstar.
Hey, I
love to see it.
That's all that matters. Just like Inside Out, we call that a core memory.
Hella nervous. Hey, you got the dub, Youngie. Congrats. Hope to see you. I'm glad to see you here. If this is one of your first online tournaments, or like you said, you've never played on stream before, hey, glad you got to do it here, and look forward to maybe seeing you later in the tournament as well.
My tip for you, Ninstar, is to find that moment where you won your game, flip it, and save it. And anytime you feel down in yourself and you're not making progress, or you don't even think you're good, lay that back and remind yourself it's yours. You did win. If you won once, you do it again.
You know, a little story here, I guess, while we wait for our next match.
Sure
of
thing.
My GC origins was, you know, I played a lot of stuff growing up, and I first finally got into competitive play when I saw Evo for the first time back in 2010, I think. And me and my best friend were watching it, and so we bought Street Fighter 4 on PC because Street Fighter PC players weren't treated like actual players back then. We didn't have the Super update for a long time. Actually, I don't even know if we ever got Super. I think we just got Arcade Edition when it released, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so we were playing Street Fighter 4, and it was just like me and my friend, and you know, we were grinding it out, like first fighting game that we were like trying to take serious and learn. And we get the achievement. It's like play 100 online games, and we're like, oh shoot, we played 100 online games. And we looked at our, you know, because we were both playing on my account, we looked at our win-loss ratio, and we were 5 wins and 95 losses.
But those were your games.
Yeah, and I've made top 16 at majors. Like,
Yeah.
you got to grow some. You got to start somewhere. And I was ass.
I agree. I started in Beast of the East last year because I bought 6 just because my friends bought it. And I was like, I'll just stay aware of the zeitgeist. But there was just something about the buttons and the audiovisual feedback that was so good. You knew when you hit someone. And from there, I just kind of took off. And I never got my like top 8 or top 16 moment. But I learned I'm really good at talking. And it's why I'm here.
Yeah,
But
like you said, it isn't just necessarily, the best players or, you have to be Mr. Win all the tournaments and stuff. Sometimes what you just need to be a good commentator is just good personable skills, an eye for, how the game works, and just being able to play off people.
Amen to that, Bronzo. Also, I want to remind everyone that we do have bounties today. We got a few while I wait for mission control to pop them out. Several ways for us to increase our payout today, as TSE fashion. The bounties today is kill with a perfect parry. Woo, that's gonna be a difficult one. And the second one, did you tech that? If we have 10 tech throws, we're gonna add some cash money to this pot.
Yep. Extra burrito supreme or 2, or maybe you want a Baja Blast freeze instead of just the drink.
Or cinnamon twist. I think those are underrated.
Oh yeah, get yourself a little dessert.
Okay, Bronzo, since we're on
Yeah.
the Taco Bell metal.
Sure.
Cinnamon twist or hush puppy? Wait, that's what they're called. No, you know what I'm talking about, the gooey things.
Yeah. I think I might be a twist person.
You know what? Me too. I bite for bite, the puppies or the gooey bites. Someone tell me the name, chat. They are better, but you only get 2. Cinnamon twist lasts the whole meal.
Right. And like honestly, I'm not much of a Taco Bell dessert guy because honestly, God, I'm getting Taco Bell, I'm filling up. You know what I'm saying?
You're filling up the cart with 8 things for $2.
Yep.
Funktastic playing Ed and Jazdero with M Bison. This is losers, so one of these players will be going home, but it's a battle of the evil purple energy.
Yeah, so I've actually gotten to play this matchup in particular a ton, as one of my training partners is an Ed player, and I'm playing a lot of Bison lately. And this is a fight where I feel like Bison does pretty good, but there are situations that, Ed's flicker stuff, the pull in is all nasty, but it doesn't matter when you get all of this damage.
Yeah, Ed has great keep away, but Bison has so many ways to circumnavigate keep away, and Ed's tools are plentiful, but that's the problem. They're plentiful. It's not like ITP.
Yep. He has some decent answers to head stomp. Oh, that's super unsafe. Nice punish.
Funktastic burns themselves out, but with Jazdero half of their life down and up against the corner, maybe that is the price worth paying.
Yep. Nice air to air to keep him in the corner here. And here we go. The flicker. Oh, nice check.
I don't know how to feel about that dash in. I saw the logic there, but to put him that much closer to the corner and near corner, burnt out M Bison, horrible equation to counter.
Yeah, the idea is that a lot of people like to try to parry since the pull in and is plus and all that stuff. So people like to put up parry there, and if you just do the dash and you get the free punish counter throw, but like you said, unfortunately ended up in a round loss. And this is plus city here, and this should just be the game. Okay, I did it again.
Dropped it. That's something that happened with the last time we saw Jazdero. Funktastic though, I need to be seeing some reversals, but oh dear.
Anti-air Psycho Crusher into level 3. You don't see that too terribly often. That was nice. And speaking of since the last time we saw them, Jazdero has gone up to 1900 MR. He's got a little couple of games of ranked in between the last time we saw him.
This is the equivalent of somebody who completes an MMA match and before their next game they're doing push-ups in the locker room.
Yeah.
Jazdero beefing up. I like his we make fun of them doing a
Oh,
few
this is
ranked
gonna do a
matches,
ton.
but remember what we said last time? It was execution. So doing these ranked matches allowed Jazdero to stay warm in between sets.
Yeah. Hopefully, trying to get the nerves out or whatever it is to get the execution still going. Nice conversion.
And Funktastic finally does a reversal, but because of their life being so low, Jazdero saw that a mile away. Oftentimes, when you're one hit away from Jazdero, that's when you start doing the reversal, and that's when you become predictable.
Yep. Oh, and that medium kick landed. That's a great conversion. Great stuff.
Extra time in the gym really helping out Jazdero.
Yeah, Jazz has got some, Jazz has got some excellent conversions and really knows the timing on a lot of the bomb setups here. And we're gonna do this, and this is the end. Okay, yeah. I was like, you just keep it easy. Just do stand fierce into level 1 or level 3, or your choice.
Just kill your partner, but at that time, they didn't even need a level 1 or a level 2. They just needed a button.
Yeah.
2 games to 0. Funktastic had some great life in the first game, but Jazdero is pummeling the life out of it.
Yeah, interesting. Tries to do the Shadows Rise to just an empty low, which pretty laggy type move, but I mean, it sort of worked.
Steve Funktastic is trying to keep a specific zone between the two, and Jazdero keeps entering that space, drawing a line in the sand, and putting a bomb on it.
Yep. And Ed can kind of like bully Bison in some situations, but again, it's once that offense gets going, it can be tough because Ed's DP is a little bit slower than a lot of the other reversals in this game. So it's a little harder to kind of weave that in and find its mark.
It was a more aggressive Funktastic. They went for the driver throw, but too far away. They're up against the corner with the bomb, and Jazdero puts a detonator on him and executes this round perfectly.
Yep, stomped on him. He asked him to twist it, and my man flicked it. Did not pass the vibe check.
And if this continues on, Funktastic will be bopped out of this round. Will there be a twist in their offense? Can they pull off the comeback and spin this around?
This is crazy. I don't know what to tell you, chat. Oh, the double shimmy into the bomb explosion. Oh, that's tough. That just makes you feel silly. And that's going to be it. I mean, you can just do stand fierce level 3. What are we doing? Yeah, okay.
Stand fierce level 3. That's what we're doing. So what was scary? What were you all befuddled about? The combos that you're seeing from Jazdero?
I didn't know how fancy, because that could have got fancy, but, didn't know what we wanted to do.
It didn't hit caviar fancy, but it was at least Whataburger fancy, ketchup fancy.
I mean, that one was just the beefy 5 layer. That was all reliable.
Oh, we're going back to Taco Bell. Man, I swear. We need to just put that belt in the corner. But Jazdero
get the little ding.
Ding. But Jazdero ringing Funktastic's bell. Funktastic did enter this game a lot more aggressive, but because they were just burnt out, they could not stop the offensive wave ever.
Yeah. And it looks like the mothership's got something to say. What's good, Warren?
Hey guys, hey, so I want to just make sure that I get you guys all caught up. In a moment here, I will be bringing up the bracket. We did have a couple of DQs because a couple of the guys either could not play or were having some problems, so they needed to drop. So we will be having our winners finals coming up shortly. After that, we will be going straight through the rest of the tournament. So I just wanted to get you guys caught up, let you guys know we're going to take a quick break. It's going to be about 3 to 4 minutes, so don't go too far. But just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page there.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so it sounds like we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have the rest, or we're going to have our winners finals. And it sounds like the rest of the tournament straight through. So get some snacks, get some water, stretch those legs, get those blood clots flowing. You know what it is. And we will see you soon.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We are back. So, oh, they cannot hear me on this. Alright, guys, and there you had the top 8. That was the bracket that we had here. So remaining right now, looks like we have RufianMX and Jewelman in the winner side of things, and in the loser side. So we did have a Jazdero who had to DQ. He was having a emergency, had to leave out, unfortunately. So that does push Youngie into the losers finals. So with that being said, we do have just the 3 matches left. It's going to be Ruffian versus Jewelman, and whoever loses there will be going up against Youngie, and then that will be the last match before grand finals. Just wanted to make sure you guys were all up to date there. But of course, like I said, you're not here to hear my voice. You're here to hear these wonderful commentators. Gentlemen, if you would, could you take it away from here?
Ruffian versus Jewelman is going to be the match to watch out for. Not only are both fighters in winners finals, that they have been fighting each other in the TSC for a long time. Last time I saw these mix up, it was in a round robin, so there was a lot of back and forth, and I believe it was Jewelman that came out on top. Somebody have to double check me on that. So I'm really interested in seeing this run back.
Yeah, I've actually seen this. I've seen both of these players play each other a couple times, and man, it goes back and forth. I've seen Ruffian take it. I think the last time I saw these two, I think Jewelman lost earlier in the tournament to Ruffian, adjusted, and then took Ruffian out. And so, you know, it'll be interesting. Like you said, these two have gone at it quite a bit, both exceptionally good players. And I'm excited to see how this one pans out.
But I'm also excited to see what's going to be happening with Youngie. I don't want to leave him out of the equation, especially since they're the third person in the room. They basically get a fast pass to the finals. And for somebody fighting at their caliber, it could bring out something really interesting out of it.
Yep. I mean, it's awesome. It's one of the great things about fighting games in general. You know, no matter where and who you normally play, when you're in a tournament, you know, it could be like a pickup game of basketball against LeBron. You know, I've played in a ton of, you know, majors, and, you know, sometimes you win game 1 and they're like, all right, your next match is Justin Wong. And you're like, well, okay.
This is literally the plot of Rocky 1, where Rocky kicked out of Oblivion to fight Apollo Creed, and Youngie is playing the Italian Stallion right now. But we're going to go Jewelman versus Ruffian. One of Ruffian's signatures that I remembered was their long-range, almost trigger-happy level 2 activations. Let's see if that's going to happen here.
Yeah, an old perfect parry already. A great answer to the Buzz Slam, and we're going to get the punish counter on the parry attempt for the throw.
Wild Edge was parried. Really well with off from Jewelman. Jewelman drives up to get back to the center screen, stay out of that corner.
Yeah, both of these players are actually just fighting to not get burnt out right now. And there it is. Both of these characters are drive gauge fiends with things like Buzz Slam and Headbutt.
Ruffian throws out a level 1, gets some much needed damage. We are even, and slightly Jewelman has the lead on the drive gauge. Rainbow Blocker Ball is missed, and double kick.
Wow!
Jerks!
No way.
I was about to say, no. Go, I'm a little beside myself.
Just, you know, both characters wanted to impose their will on each other with their forward advancing move. and causing a double KO, something we hardly ever see.
Jewel Man with the jump back. Jewel Man with much more drive gauge than Ruffian, and decides to get the buff. Good call. Neutral jump hits nothing. Gets there's what we talked about, the long range trigger happy level 2 activation.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah, he uses the parry to not have to block that, because let me tell you, if I was in charge of blocking that, we'd be on to round 2 or game 2. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we
thank
forgot
God
about
for Street Fighter 6 parry. Yeah.
Ruffian marks their way in, and Ruffian.
That, oh, that's not it. Okay, electricity. Jeez. Wow. Well, that's game 1 off the back of the double KO. Ruffian up 1.
Double KOs are rare. I'm just so happy to see it, especially with these two. They're like the giants of Elbaf from One Piece that just keep double KOing each other. Stop sign gets parried, but the throw gets teched.
Yeah, it must have been just a little too close to the ground. Oh, that's going to be huge damage. That should just be the round. Oh my gosh, I've jinxed it about 4 times tonight, chat. I'm so sorry. And the overhead opens his dome.
Jewel Man not willing to spend the super gauge to take this to the second round, but will
spend the will he?
Yeah, spends it now. They understood that things were looking really dire, and if they didn't hit that super, they would have lost.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to be. That's actually one of the things too, when you have people in an offensive situation once they're burnt out. Even if you're not going for drive impact, you got to be mentally aware that a lot of people are going to be going for super there, because they're looking to get out of a drive impact wall splat.
This is going to be first 3. Jewel Man is 1 round away from tying it up. Ruffian gonna throw their child right to the middle of the stage, and Jewel Man slams the 100 hands.
Okay, this time we're for sure gonna level 2, right? Oh no, we just got the 3. Oh no, those 2.
No,
okay.
That's 2. Yeah. That was a 2.
I was gonna say the start of the startup of the little cinematics there look kind of similar.
Yeah, they come in with a pan on E Honda while he does like some sort of slow pose.
Oh, nice, sweet punish. Oh, and an excellent counter throw there. Knowing Honda, you know, it's a slightly negative situation, so going for the parry there has its payoff.
Have you noticed that Jewel Man likes to approach long ranges with the single march?
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, it has a couple of good moves out of it, but mostly I do believe it just builds you just a tiny bit of meter.
No anti-air from Jewel Man. Jewel Man playing with the bop and check, but Ruffian shows that they got the batteries in the game.
Yep. Oh, nice neutral jump roundhouse. Oh, there was so much that just happened in that small sequence, and then nice drive rush. Sometimes makes it, for whatever reason, I know it is for me. Sometimes once you drive rush a normal, it makes it just a smidge easier to impact back somebody.
Ruffian, that's the second time that they got away from the drive impact. Something tells them that they beat the Leon Krauser fight on the first try.
Yeah, got all those QTE knife checks in.
Got blocked that time. Jewel Man has a lot of rounds to cover, and there is Blogachan.
Oh, this is going to be huge, because not only are we going to get a reset, yeah, because he had no meter. Oh, I'm actually surprised. Oh, we already had the buff.
Oh no, we dropped it! And Jewel Man wisely uses the OD because those 100 hands were standing over him. Any other button would have got clipped. And
the counter hit. I mean, it makes sense. Headbutt is a slightly minus move. It might actually be -4. So it's a little hard for most characters to punish at that range, but it is your turn.
Good blocking from Jewel Man, but they just can't stem the tide, and already burns himself out 12 seconds into the match.
Oh, and that time the drive impact was timed perfectly to counter the headbutt.
Call out. Jewel Man not afraid to throw a long-range headbutt and Ruffian use it to their advantage.
Yeah, this is tough. Oh, good, excellent anti-air, and now Ruffian's actually going to be in a tough spot here.
Ruffian's in a tough. Oh, now they're in a tough spot. And they bet the farm, and
Yep.
that paid off.
Yeah, you got a whole game to play with, so you can kind of take risks like that. And speaking of which, this one's not only going to be painful, but it's going to lead us to the corner, get the buff with the new enhancement from season 2. But Julman's now burnt out and immediately was not ready to just wake up super.
Not to mention, Ruffian has a full drive gauge and the round. They are looking to spend that cash right now. Use your gift card before it expires.
Yep. And are we going to see level 3 close it out here? It's literally going to be down to the wire again, I think.
I'm going to say
no. Yeah, I was going to say Honda's got a little bit more health than normal. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew.
That is going to be the set to Ruffian. Julman was playing out of their mind, but we had a few key drops, and Ruffian managed to look at the inputs and have amazing counters, and is going to be sitting in grand finals waiting for their rival. Or will it be a new challenger to the throne this tournament? We don't know.
Yep. And like we said earlier, because of how the bracket kind of shook out, we are going to, I believe, have our losers finals now. And
sorry guys, I'm gonna jump in here, shaking it up one more time. I was able to talk to Jazz just before he left, and I just realized, based on the timing, he did let me know before the set was done that he needed to DQ. So because of that, technically it meant nothing that he fought Funktastic. So Funktastic is going to still be playing through. So we will be having the losers semis, then the losers finals, and then grand finals. Sorry guys.
A rare second chance for Funktastic. They are literally on the bench on their way out of the arena, and the coach just throws them in jersey and goes, "You're in, kid."
yeah, kind of a little bit of shake up here, especially just with all the stuff happening tonight. But yeah, so it looks like we are going to get an additional game. You guys get one more match of some Street Fighter. We're going to have Youngie come back here, and it's going to take it. So we're going to have Cammy versus Ed, I believe.
This is going to be interesting for Funktastic. They had a lot of difficulty keeping an M. Bison out of play, and Cammy is just as much of a bulldozer as M. Bison.
Yeah, the damage difference is pretty huge though, so not quite as explosive unless Cammy's locked up on meter, obviously. But you know, anytime either of these characters hit, it could be the end of the game, because Cammy, I've seen some people say that Ed does pretty well against Cammy, but I couldn't tell you for sure. I would guess that Cammy wins that matchup, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
We're definitely going to see. It's going to be really important on Funktastic's ability to shut down the air and to check those spinning back fists, and not to be using their Ed's fireball a lot. And by God, know when your opponent has level 3.
Yep. But we'll see. Also, I mean, we haven't seen it out of Youngie, but as soon as Ed has level 2, you got to watch out. I'm sorry, we haven't seen it out of Funk yet, but as soon as Ed has level 2, you've got to be super careful, because a lot of things go into the orb combos, the dream combos, if you will.
You're fine.
Yeah, you got to be ready for stuff like that. But we'll see.
Losers semifinals, Funktastic on a rare lease of life, able to come back after losing their last game, but they're fighting Youngie, who's been playing pretty good.
Yep. All right, just trying to space it out like we talked about earlier. Ooh, falls on the fireball. And that's one of the great things about Ed's fireball, is like you can just commit to not throwing it.
It's very similar to Guile's Sonic Blade. You just do it and it hangs in the air a little bit to mess with your opponent.
Yep. And Ed can just kind of hit you in surprising, you know, ranges you don't think are going to happen, which is another.
So cool.
Yeah.
He made Ed cool. That's how you know the Street Fighter 6 devs are on something.
Yeah. He's definitely one of the more unique and obscure characters in this game so far. And a nice punish with the flicker there.
Funktastic doing a fantastic job playing keep away or using tech to keep out. 3 jabs keeps him in, and the throw is going to make that distance, and Funktastic's going to pressure Cammy.
Yep, and we're just going to try to get the corner here and probably just try to keep it for the rest of the round.
That's the 3rd throw this match, holding it down with the flicker jab.
Oh, good parry. Unfortunately, it wasn't perfect, but yeah, that's going to be it.
The parry wasn't perfect, but that match for Funktastic was.
Yep. And I mean, that's like going to be the thing here is that Ed, you know, he can be a high damaging character, but a lot of times he is kind of death by paper cuts. He gets a lot of advantage off of stuff, and he kind of just keeps the ball rolling.
Yeah, playing Ed kind of reminds me of a more aggressive Dawson.
Yeah, in a way, like you're you know, capitalizing on the fact that you do have that long range, and but you do have good movement speed too, which makes him kind of tricky to deal with. Oh, does not pass the bop and check. And Youngie taking around here. Okay, bud.
Okay, Youngie, this is what we're talking about. Remember, what will this tournament give to Youngie? Youngie taking a lot of big bets with those long-range spiral arrows. Funktastic, if they do decide to slow down, is going to really open up Youngie.
Yep. Just often to take the throw, personally gets hit by the Psycho Snatch.
And Youngie going crazy. Another close-range spiral arrow, and Funktastic keeping the optimal punches going.
Yep. Oh, looked like they messed that up.
The hooligan combination was not spaced out properly. Youngie with a low flicker jab takes the round.
Yep.
Funktastic playing real solid. Youngie though. Youngie's got a round. They could take a game. They could take a game off of Master. And when you're a platinum player, oh my god, that's gonna feel so good.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Good shimmy from Funktastic. And we're gonna go right into the level 3. Not gonna kill. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and no worry about burnout either. So, you know, Youngie, while at a health disadvantage, has all the resources and tools available that they need to oh, okay, I was gonna say I thought that might have been misspaced, but it looks okay. Drive rush in.
Funktastic's gonna play it slow, wait for Youngie to punch themselves out, or in this case, sweep themselves out. 2 flickers to the second game.
Cammy and press and sweep has been a theme tonight.
It's been the ongoing joke. Youngie pacing themselves. Well spaced out spiral arrow, and Funktastic gonna take the lead with the Superman punch, and Youngie hitting those lights to keep him out.
Yep. Oh, I was gonna say, unfortunately, was not quite in range to punish that sweep.
Jab for jab, Youngie coming out in the end.
Yep. Psycho. Yeah, I was gonna say, one thing, if you can't get the perfect parry, is if you don't want to deal with the mix, is just as the pull in come in, do the reversal to get them off of you.
Or drive impact the flicker.
Yeah, well, that one's a little tough because you can kind of impact, or you can flicker from outside of the range that your impact will hit. So it can be a little annoying.
Youngie 1 round away from being ejected from the tournament. Funktastic playing some real good keep away.
Nice walk back and forth, advances forward. Oh wow, just wake up EX fireball. Maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it worked out.
Classic drive rush cancel. And we're gonna take up space with that dash forward. Another spiral arrow, and Youngie gives up their advantage, lands the standing heavy, goes on the offensive, but Funktastic takes the offense back.
Yep, and we're just moving back and forth, and then there's a shimmy again. That is one of the tricky things about Ed, and where you kind of just gotta accept sometimes, like, you know, instead of going for throw tech, maybe be okay to do a backdash. If you don't want to deal with that mix up, but then again, of course, you can check your legs when you start doing that, you know. But it still shows to your opponent, like, okay, we're gonna play with the stack. You know, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? Instead of just being like, am I gonna throw tech or not? But shout outs to Youngie. Congrats on making it this far, and really looking forward to seeing you grow as a player. GG's, bud. Thanks so much for coming out and playing tonight. Love to see people get into these tournaments. Congrats on playing on stream for the first time. I'm sure it won't be your last, bud. Look forward to seeing more of you in the future.
That's that encouragement we love to see in the sweet events. Remember, FGC, the C isn't competition, it's community.
Yep. And I remember, again, I grew up before. Oh God, I sound old saying that.
Before.
Yeah, but back in my day, when I first got started, we didn't have all these online tournaments. The online for these games was not good. So the only time I got to go out was, sit down and play at a major or something to get, experience with people way above my pay grade. And I still remember like the first time I was there, I was sitting down playing people and K-Brat, I believe it was. Was it K-Brat that major, or was Viscount? One of the two. Oh, actually, it was Viscount at the first major. I was like, oh shit, I know who that is. And we played, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. Because like he beat me like 2-0 real quick. He's like, wait, no one else is playing. Why don't you just keep playing? I was like, wait, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, it always makes me, it makes me remember like how it feels to have people just on your side or encouraging you to get better early on.
It also goes without saying that to all our viewers out there, support your local, please. Yep. You will find really cool people, or at least at the very, 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 very least, get some really good games then. It's because of my local, I supported them, that I'm even here.
I mean, I was going to say, no lie, the reason I'm in Sweet's event is because of someone I met through going to locals. And even though it was more like a regional for me because I had to travel 3 hours to this local. But you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. For me, please continue, brother.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah. So like, I've made lifelong friends and people I still talk to this day from the early days of playing Marvel 3. So it's cool.
And for me at my local, they didn't have anyone to do commentary. And my first visit there, I intended to just chum it up, get trusted, and then, get in the booth. But they said, oh, we haven't had one in months. So they trusted me. And from there, I just spent so much time in the booth. Like, I wasn't even competing. I would be calling the tournaments bell to bell by myself, and then another partner would come in. But because of that, I developed a lot of my endurance, a lot of my back and forth skills, having a place where I could lab out commentary.
Yep. Also, again, back in my day, we actually didn't, it's funny when you're like, oh yeah, commentary at my local, and I'm like, oh gosh, it just dawned on me that back when I started again, there were no like local streams unless you were like one of the bigger scenes, Yeah,
because we could even get internet back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Getting it at a venue or something was crazy, or just like streaming wasn't as accessible and popular like it was back then, right?
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. Just like this whole cottage industry of being able to see your game, well, one, play it online, but two, have it cast with a good overlay, and you're not just taking out a flip phone and recording your set on blurry photos, because that's what we had in mid 2000s.
Oh man, the struggle of learning. I'm gonna date myself like crazy here, but like learning your character or like specific tech for your character or a team you want to play from a Japanese arcade cell phone footage was just unreal back in the day.
Yo,
you couldn't tell what was going on.
And now we're going to be entering the modern age, especially with Street Fighter, because this upcoming patch has replay takeover.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That is huge. Like, oh my god. Remember back then, you had to buy a strategy guide or look up a game fact to learn the frame data, and now the game just tells you, like, oh, this is a 9-frame startup.
Yeah, a lot of people these days probably don't even realize that. They used to publish books that were straight up, guides, and man, some of the The Marvel 3 one was iconic. I still have it, I believe, or the Ultimate Marvel 3 one. I still have it somewhere, I believe, because that one was like they actually went and got professional fighting game players to like write it out, like Clockwork and stuff, and so it had actually good information. But nowadays, you know, a paper guide would be useful for all about of 2 weeks, yeah, because patches and, you know, balance adjustments, all that stuff. So a lot of that stuff's paperweight. Like the an infamously bad one is the Mortal Kombat 9 strategy guide.
Wasn't that the one that had like click this link for the strategies? And it was I just remember there was a guy that offloaded a lot of its information online, but you had to buy it.
I don't think that was that one. The Mortal Kombat 9 one was bad because it was like just like your average Joe playing, right? And like 90% of the book is just screenshots, because it'll be like, this is Cyrax's jab, and a screenshot, like, brother.
Man, you know what? I was always interested in fighting game strategy guides, even as a newer player when I was a kid and a teenager, because if we want to talk about how far we advance, having a full special move list at your fingertip, that was big. Because in the old days, you didn't even know what the special moves were. Tough luck. You bought the game, whatever. You better go look at the manual. Oh, your manual's gone? Ha!
Well,
Figure that out.
or even you know, nowadays all these games have frame data just baked in that you can see, but that was something we had to fight and scream and complain for forever.
I didn't even know frame data was a thing until like, I think it was a Tekken Tag. Tekken Tag was the guy that was telling me about frames.
Yeah, I don't think I really I remember learning about them in Street Fighter 4, but I don't think I really like understood what was going on until like it was around like Tekken Tag era, where I was like, okay, this and this, and now, you know, yeah, since look, you know, I'll end this conversation here since it looks like we got our next match coming up here. But you know, there's a lot of people that talk about, oh, fighting games used to be harder back in the day, and it's like, yes and no. The spread of information now is so crazy that a new character comes out and I've got safe jumps, optimals, you know, like good damage, probably all within 24 hours.
I agree. It's way harder to keep your tech lit up, and that is a benefit to my opinion, because I'm more interested in the application of knowledge as opposed to who hid their stuff the best. The days of the Valet CC are over, my friend.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, I mean, there is some fun of like, you know, when the games are like fresh and just came out, where you're just messing around and people don't know optimal stuff. But I do have fun that like that time, as soon as people really lab stuff out and you get to see like what the best stuff versus the best stuff is. I really do enjoy doing that.
Oh, then that means you're gonna love 2XKO when it comes out.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I am so excited for that game. I am a just absolute lover of team games, so I'm pumped for that.
Fantastic. Out of the frying pan into the fryer. They took out Youngie, but now they're up against one of the top two players, Dual Man. Playing as Ed, this should be an easier time for them.
Yeah, I mean, Honda still, you know, funny enough, he has these buttons just like Stan Fierce that leads to a lot of damage, and once his offense gets going just like that, you can get 7 golden letters to your forehead real quick.
Oh boy. The command grab is something that Dual Man is not afraid to threaten with. Honda's command grab is so easy to pull. And he's gonna get the lift off the butt slam, and watch the damage.
Yep, and we're gonna get, because of the buff in season 2, he gets to get Sumo Spirit and still have Oki afterwards.
Man wanting to keep this big beefy Sumo Man away from him. Good conversion into the drive rush. Excellent finish. And claiming a lot of space with the shimmy on the command grab.
Yep, and here we go. We got the corner, and Julman just jumps out, but gets counter hit on the jump, and so his grab attempt actually whiffs. And Buzz Slam again. We're still plus.
Good jump. Good jump for Funktastic. This is going to be their round.
Oh, and he opts not to spend it, honestly.
Or at least OD it. Oh, they couldn't OD because they were burnt out.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it worked out, but that's one of those ones that, like, I mean, it worked out, but gosh, I would have liked to have seen at least the level 2. Like, you'll build it back your Ed, but hey, they got the round, so it's all good.
Ed right there. Funktastic got the right move at the right orientation. Remember, the strength of the punch button determines its height, kind of like Yamazaki and KOF.
Yep. Oh, goes for the jump over again. This time just goes for empty throw, and it gets tagged.
And if you see Funktastic, they've been going a lot with the neutral jump light kick.
That's plus in burnout. That's plus in burnout. That's plus in burnout.
No level 3 from Funktastic.
Oh my goodness.
That was your time. Good tech. Funktastic decides to just save the super gauge. They want their drive gauge back. Watch for the throw. Okay, good backup from Funktastic. Neutral jump, anticipating any move. And Julman gonna play it slow.
You know, one thing that I really admire about Julman's playstyle is Julman can turn it on and off on a switch. They'll play it extremely slow and patient, and then they will just, like we just saw there with all the random drive impacts, like they match my freak.
But unfortunately for Julman, when they turned off their offense, they also turned off a little bit of their reaction time, allowing Funktastic to bully their way in with his critical art and the KO. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Ed, at least top 3 coolest level 3.
It's up there. I don't know if it's top 3 for me, but I do like it a lot.
Well, what are you gonna say? Kimberly?
Nope. I actually think Honda's is one of the coolest.
Well, it does bring a lot of his character because it actually puts in the sumo, but my number 1 is Giles, because I'm biased.
Okay, that makes sense.
Biased?
Yeah.
Drive impact, drive impact. And Julman with the
that empty jump low out of Honda's crazy.
That was more than crazy. That was just mean. And Julman gets the round, not needing to spend a single gauge of super.
Yep. But we saw it last time, you know, he got a perfect to start off the last game, and still didn't win in the set or the match.
Funktastic is dialing into something good. They're drinking some of Mike's secret sauce.
Yeah. Oh, the jump over on the fireball here is gonna hurt,
especially with his crouch heavy and
the reset
with the double dick teriyaki stick. And Funktastic reaching to the Ozarks for a drive impact, going wild and desperate, and Julman cashes in that desperation for their first game.
Yeah, man. Honda back on the board here. We saw Julman slowly starting to put it together. I think they're kind of starting to feel each other out. So we're gonna have to see. Julman's always really good at making adjustments to people's adjustments, which I always think is pretty fun to see. But what can Funktastic show us here, especially with a character like Ed, who does need to kind of control the pace of the match a little bit, and Honda can be just so explosive and so like weirdly tricky, right? Like you think, especially if you're an old head like me, well, old head quote unquote, but Honda's usually like the lame defensive character. But in this game, Bud Slim, the headbutt shenanigans, like he has a lot of stuff that you're just like, wow, I'm being mixed up by Honda right now. What is going on?
And not to mention, in this situation where you're in burnout, the 100 hands allows Honda to threaten the chip damage kill.
Yep. And,
Julman is getting a lot of success with jumping in. And if you were to ask me, that's something Funktastic needs to find an answer for, is the jumping like that.
Yeah, Bud Slam, again, it's so scary to commit to Ed's DP sometimes with Bud Slam because the timing can alter a little bit and his is slow, but sometimes that pays out for him with stuff like this. And we're going to go straight to the level 3.
This is a really good call. Get your round, not to mention we're going to have all of the next round to make some super back. And Ed's level 1 and level 2 are pretty darn good.
Yep. But unfortunately, Honda a little bit thicker, all of that lunch protecting him. And the reaction was there. Good stuff.
The lunch was protecting him, but Funktastic was there to take his lunch money, which was an ample payout.
Yep. Finds the round there. Oh, wow. Just gets checked for the sweep.
But stands over Jewelman, not getting a very strong Oki off of this situation. Jewelman pushing Funktastic closer to the corner. Stop sign and the stop allow Jewelman to get some damage, but not all the damage.
Yep. Okay. It goes for jump back jab again. That's so interesting. I'm not really sure exactly all of the use cases for that, but that's such an interesting thing that they keep going for. Oh, and that block DP is going to spell disaster.
Funktastic committing the sin of doing a reversal right at the moment you were close to death, and Jewelman saw that a mile away, putting themselves at 2-1.
Yeah. Oh, nice. We got all of that there with that really late DP, or it was late in the active frames.
When Honda gets counter hit off a butt slam, he's in a unique juggles. Come on, watch your legs. Okay, thank you, Funk. As I was saying, Honda's in a unique counter state, allowing you to do really stupid combos.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral jump, too short. Jewelman gets a throw.
Nice. Yeah, he's going to work his way out of the corner here. Oh, and we're really going to be taking him for a ride here. And we're going to be close to building up a level 2.
And the throw. I like this mix of pressure, Bronco.
Yeah, we're just seeing now we're going to start throwing different speed fireballs, you know, kind of the baseball thing, different speed pitches, trying to screw up the batter's timing. And the drive impact punishes headbutt. Good stuff.
If we're talking about baseball pitches, Funktastic just got a home run with that drive impact.
Yeah, knew exactly what it was looking for. Oh, actually commits to the overhead and does not react to the raw drive or impact. Interesting.
Funktastic with a big, lots of drive gauge, lots of life, and lots of super. This is where we say bases are loaded, but Jewelman looking to strike him out.
Wow, I can't tell if that was a reaction or if they just both decided they were going to do it at that point, because that looked like it was within maybe 1 to 2 frames of each other, and he gets him to do it again. You've got to be careful. Stand medium punch. Yeah, it's annoying, but wow, nice combo into the overhead.
You don't want to be throwing drive impact with stand medium punch. It is annoying, as you said, Bronzo, but Honda could react with anything.
Yep. Special cancelable move, plus on block. It is 10 frames, but I mean, it's scary.
This is Funktastic's time. Don't drop it, Funktastic.
Huge.
They're not going to use the super instead. They're going to hold the pressure.
Okay, that should be the round. Show us your stuff. Level 3 is going to clutch it out. I am 99% Daz for sure.
Oh boy, this is definitely going to kill. And Funktastic is going to tie it up 2 games apiece. That level 3 was perfect.
Yep. All right, well, now we got to see the final game here. What will Jewelman adjust with? Again
with the early butt slam, and again, just like before, butt slam counter to the throw, puts Jewelman near the corner, and Jewelman comes out like a bull out of a china shop, raging with a drive impact.
Yeah, and another thing we saw there, unfortunately, Honda has a reversal, but it is armored only, so that means it does lose the throw. Nice drive rush into impact counter.
Funktastic needs to be very wary of their drive gauge usage, but manages to build up a lot. And bob it, we have bopped it twice right now.
I think Jewelman just need to take a deep breath here. He seems a little frustrated.
And you saw right there, Jewelman tried to do a drive impact because Funktastic was burnt out, and even at that point, they managed to lose out. Funktastic is on set point. Will they punch their way literally into grand finals, or will this be another run back between the 2 old rivals? Fireballs are coming in, and Jewelman is stepping on them. Excellent punish off of Jewelman, and Jewelman doesn't care about scaling. He's going to spend all his meter.
Yeah, so we're going to see here. It's going to have Funk getting close to being back at full meter. Oh, and he clipped him low. And Jewel Man.
One more hit, Jewel Man would have died.
I was going to say, Jewel Man gets the reset here. He can take this round if he wants. He chooses not to. And
Jewel Man getting too greedy, caught their hand in the cookie jar, and Mom found him, sends him the timeout, and Funktastic moving on.
Yeah, that looked like... It just looked like Jewel Man was a little frustrated. He wanted to maybe try to get a reset in there with the drive impact to save meter, I suppose.
I definitely think that was the decision. Jewel Man had a lot of time to think through. That burnout time is a lot of seconds on the clock, and Jewel Man weighed the consequences. They felt like they could have put him away, but they dropped the head. And with that drive impact, Funktastic responded. They have been playing. They're landing all the QTs, right? Bayonetta, beaten. Uncharted, beat. RE4, God of War, double beaten.
Yep, man. I actually, you know, out of this series, I've actually never played an Uncharted game.
What? Oh,
yeah.
I think they get a bum rap. I do think the first one is the hardest to get through, but I recently played through the trilogy and the newest game. I love them. They're very character driven, and I just love those action movie set pieces that make you really feel like in an Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I definitely want to give him a shot one time, but just thinking about all the QTE games, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I actually haven't played an Uncharted before.
Just remember that Uncharted 1 was the only one with QTs. They stopped that stuff in 2.
Oh, okay.
Ruffian versus Funktastic. Funktastic having quite the day, losing to Jazdero, being resurrected off the bench, taking out Jewel Man, and now in the grand finals against Ruffian, the tournament favorite.
Yep. And this is our grand finals. Ruffian on winner side. Wow. Over on winner side with
if this is your first double elimination tournament, just remember that Ruffian needs to win 3 games before Funktastic wins.
Yep. And if Funktastic wins, it does cause a reset, which will just basically just be a whole nother set again. But right now it looks like Ruffian, you know, with the health disadvantage, decides to both burn him out, but neutral jumps the super, and that's going to be the round.
That was definitely the right call, but Ruffian neutral jumped it. Barely scraped that one by.
Yep. Ruffian pushing the offense like crazy to start this round. Blanc it out. Catches him reaching. Nice conversion.
Funktastic has had a history of difficulty getting out of the corner, so Ruffian wanted to put that start early.
Yeah, okay. Blocks the overhead, but you're still plus because drive impacts just like that. Okay, but now we get the position switch here. Now it's Ruffian's turn to work out of the corner.
A throw from Funktastic of their own.
Oh, that looked like Ruffian. Yeah, I think Ruffian actually just didn't have the meter and got a button there.
Yeah, Ruffian fully intent. Oh, there's a misinput for Funktastic, and Ruffian's going to capitalize. This is why it is essential to finish off your combos, because you're going to have a turnabout situation just like that.
That is man.
That really looked like Funktastic's game to win.
Yep. And it's you know, it's tough when you're on loser side and you have something like that happen. You're like, well, you know, you're on winner side, you're like, no worries, I still got a whole set. But when you're on losers, it starts to eat at you. You're like, damn, my opportunities, they're slowly going down the drain when stuff like that happens.
Not to mention your opportunity being dropped by a self-inflicted mistakes. To quote Julio Fuentes, the mistakes that haunt you the most are the ones that you make.
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like Ruffian is not making any mistakes here. Just a dominant round there. Kind of got Funktastic to the corner, and now we're going to get level 2. What's the shenanigans going to be?
There's a blocking channel on the floor for one. Funktastic up against the rope. They got to dig deep inside themselves to find an answer, but Ruffian's confiscated all the textbooks.
Oh no, that reversal is going to cost them dearly. Wow, what a round, Ruffian. The MX at the end of that name might stand for mix. 'Cause, man, that was just a devious sequence of events off that level 2.
Very lemony snicket, you would say, a series of unfortunate events.
Unfortunate for Funk. Oh, but the burnout here on Ruffian, yeah, nothing doing
love
there.
this choice. Aggression meets aggression.
And he drops it again.
This is not the time. I keep saying it, but the lesson still rings true.
Oh, you reach, I teach type deal. And we're just confident enough to wake up DP, and we got it. Nice stuff.
Funktastic doing, I think, a smart thing, showing that you're not afraid. Even though you're down, even though some of these things haven't worked out, you're not afraid to still go for them and not afraid to still put them out there.
If you get tired of trying to guess your opponent's offense, just put them on the defense.
Yep. And I mean, it's really, really important, I think, in these games to show that you can't be conditioned. No shampoo, no conditioner. You know what I'm saying? Just like you gotta be willing to go back to the DP well, even if it gets blocked.
Being a bald guy, I definitely don't know what conditioner is.
Oh, wow.
Excellent call out from Ruffian. But Funktastic parries into nothing. Funktastic, that was yours.
Man, he must have got analysis paralysis there. The whole menu was on the table for him, and he couldn't decide.
Funktastic can still turn this around. Ruffian burnt out. Funktastic backs away, gets some space, and Ruffian's just gonna come in, cross up attempt, another jump up.
Oh, yeah. Funktastic was playing a difficult game there. I think the ideal was good. They were trying to find just like the perfect moment to maybe put him into a chip out situation, but unfortunately it cost him the round.
Tournament point for Ruffian. There is $25 on the line. Will Ruffian get their Chipotle burrito meal, or will Funktastic be eating the sweet taste of victory?
I can tell you right now, it's looking like, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Ruffian again, you know, respect to Funktastic. I like the not afraid to stick with their game plan there, and was not dissuaded in the slightest. But Ruffian looking strong as always, closes it out. Congrats to both of our competitors. But hey,